We were able to average 100 bushels across our entire farm on soybeans. We have done that the last 2 years. We set the world record at 154 bushels, which is, most people think is a pretty big deal, but actually I think 100 bushel farm average is a little bigger feat than 154.
Precision agriculture is increasing profitability and efficiency, and the technology is easier to use than ever before. Kip Cullars, World Soybean Yield Champion, talked about his reliance on precision tools and shared tips to his success.
Basically what I do to try to achieve high yields is a total systems approach. We start with seed treatment, and then we go into putting iron and manganese on with our Roundup, and then we use the headline fungicide, and it's like I said, it's total systems approach. We try to do everything right. It's like if you're stressed, say you went jogging and you jogged a mile, and at the end of that mile you're hot and you're tired, but you didn't take time to drink a glass of water, an hour later you're still tired. But if you went ahead and took a drink of water at the end of that, you're rested up. So basically that's what I try to do, remove stress from the plants. I have a lot of hired help, and we'll work 16, 18 hours a day when it's planting time. And the nice thing about the auto track is at the end of the day, they're not wore out because they wasn't driving the tractor all day long watching that marker, and the tractor is driving itself, and it just removes all the stress, and you're just, it just makes your life so much easier. And if you work 6 days a week, at the end of the week, you're not just dead. Same thing on combines. We run auto track on the combines. We got row shutoffs on our planters. We have a lot of misshaped fields, and we come into the field, it's shutting the rows off, 2 at a time, so you're not doing all that double planting, because that actually hurts your yield because you're doing all that double planting. Not only are you wasting the seed, it's actually also hurting your yield. We've got yield maps and stuff, and basically we use the yield maps as guides. My planters are variable rate drive. The only time we use the variable rate is when we're planting in pivots where we plant in under the pivot at a different population underneath the dry corners. We'll plant a different population there, but my ground doesn't vary a lot from field and within the field, so the variable rate across the field, we're not seeing a big benefit as much as we do just being able to plant from one end of the field to the other, a half mile long, and not having to chop our dry corners off. We got a 2210 field cultivator, and you start running stuff 60 feet wide and you overlap 4 or 5 feet. I want to try to drive within 6 to 8 inches, so you just set it and the tractor drives itself, and you don't have to worry about crooked and all that. When I was a kid, that's my main thing. My dad's always worried about if we drove straight enough to make the corn rows straight. Well, that's all you concentrate on. And with auto track and everything is they sit there and watch the monitor, watch the population, make sure that we're not bouncing all over the place and we are doing everything right.
Learn more about how you can make Precision Ag work by visiting PrecisionAgWorks.com.